unfortunately, it looks like some of us will still be dealing with that dangerous heat as we start the week off tomorrow on Monday, mainly folks south of I-94, and there is going to be a little bit of a cool down, but really not by much. Still dangerously warm out there. Max heat index as we get towards the early afternoon tomorrow near 95 to 100 degrees. So still very, very hot. Definitely going to want to continue to spend extra time indoors or in the shade and staying hydrated. But the good news is tomorrow's really the last day that it's looking like we're going to have to deal with this for now. I'm sure we'll have another stretch of it coming up early or later in the summer. Record-breaking overnight lows possible tonight, but again, we do have a cool down coming later in the day tomorrow, so we'll likely see some lower temperatures coming in a little bit later in the day. Overall, though, still most of the area staying in the upper 70s, so very, very warm out there. And then tomorrow's highs, that's when you can start to see the difference. We have that cold front passing through. It'll reach areas further north a little bit sooner, so we're actually seeing a stretch of low 80s for your highs a little bit to the north. But if we stay a little bit further to our southeast, that's where we're still seeing those dangerously warm temperatures staying in the upper 80s. Some spots still getting close to 90 degrees, but again, still muggy out there. So when you add that heat index on top, it's going to make it feel still very warm out there. Let's take a look at that. Actually, some locations hitting their warmest point in the day a little bit earlier on because that cold front starts to pass through. This will likely be the warmest that you'll be feeling for areas north of I-94, up to about 90 degrees for that feels like. And then as we get later into the day, mainly in the early afternoon, that's when we start to see the highest feels like temperatures of the day for areas further south. For the most part, in the upper 90s, some spots though further into southern Wisconsin getting close to that feels like above 100 degrees again. Once we get later into the afternoon, that's when you can see that cold front starting to make a difference on most of the area, getting back to what feels like the upper 70s and in the 80s for some. So I'll have those temperatures falling pretty quickly as we go into the evening hours, and they'll stay that way as we go throughout the rest of the week. More mild conditions likely as we finish the week out. With that cold front, though, we do have a slight chance for some severe weather. It's going to be bringing a line of thunderstorms with it. Now, the timing of that cold front is really going to be making the difference here on whether or not we pick up any severe weather in our area or not. If it comes through a little bit faster, we'll see more access to that cool weather, but we'll also see some of those thunderstorms building up a little bit stronger after they've exited the area. If it comes through a little bit slower, has more time to build some juice right into our area, and we could see that severe weather. For now, it's looking like it's sped up a little bit, so we could dodge some of that, especially for areas north of I-90. Still seeing thunderstorm activity nonetheless, but they might not be as strong as they could be until we get later into the afternoon. By around 4 p.m., that's when we start to see more significant thunderstorms forming, but really the strongest and more severe stay south of I-90 as we go into the early evening hours, After that, into the nighttime, still feeling a couple rumbles of thunder and even some showers going into your Tuesday morning, but overall, the severe risk mainly going into Monday evening. And then a lot of that rain Tuesday looks like it should finish up as we go into the afternoon. So overall, slight risk for severe weather. That's a level 2 out of 5. Main risk with that is going to be the high winds. Hail and tornadoes are looking fairly unlikely. Flooding unlikely tomorrow, but we have plenty of more rain chances on the way, so we could see some flooding risks come a little bit later in the week. So warm for some tomorrow. That's why we have that alert day out, because it's still going to be pretty toasty out there. And then that slight chance for some severe weather mainly for areas to the south. So
we just cannot catch a break right now.
Very active start to the week, yeah.
All right, sounds good, Nicole. Thank you.